Pitch session, hBits, Fractional Real Estate Ownership Platform, for which I would like to call upon Mr. Shiv Parekh, founder, hBits.
Hi everyone. Great to be here and great to present hBits. It's been a lovely day so far and thanks for Equalify for organizing such a great event. So what is hBits? hBits is a real estate fractional ownership platform where you can own your bit. What does that mean? Think about your buildings in BKC, Andheri, Lower Parel, your glass facade buildings. You can own a share in that building and make returns through the tenants and through the appreciation. I'll come to a little bit more later. But a little bit background on us. We are rethinking the way real estate works. A little bit more on our expertise, our background, our knowledge. We've managed historically 3,000 crore worth of assets. We have experience of 35 plus years in commercial real estate. And as of today, we have dedicated teams for acquisitions, asset management, and advisory. And the logos are a few of the places our current team comes from. Talk a little bit more. On the left is myself. And on the right is our co-founder and CFO, Samir. He has 35 plus years of experience, was heading global sales for Nomura, chartered accountant. I am Ahmedabad grad. And a little bit more on the senior leadership. We have Mayank. He's in charge of acquisitions. An expert in real estate investing, 20 plus years of experience, worked at companies like Indospace, Everstone, Logos. Mihir, heading basically sales, worked combination of real estate and finance. Savills on one hand, HSBC and Citi on the other hand. And then we have Anish who's looking after tech. So just a quick intro on us. So, I just want to ask a question to the audience. Everyone here obviously is in the investing field. Ultimately, what do investors look for in any investment? And, we believe it's 5 things. First, obviously, safety and capital preservation. People don't want to lose their money. Number two is returns. They want to maximize how much money they make. Number 3, they want transparency through data and good governance. They want to do their due diligence. They want to know what they're investing in. They want complete clarity and visibility. Number 4 is hassle-free ownership. What that means is once they decide to invest, they don't want to think. They just want to track their investment. They don't want to do any work. They just want to see their money working for them. And whatever decision they made earlier is panning out. And then finally, they want liquidity. So liquidity means they can exit either whenever they want, or at least they know that, okay, if I decide to exit today, I'll be able to exit in 2 weeks or 4 weeks. So traditionally, if you look at real estate has offered 2 out of the 5 of these. It's offered safety and capital preservation and returns. Right? But it's not offered transparency, hassle-free ownership and liquidity. And even with that, even with just offering number 1 and 2 traditionally in real estate, if you look at India, there's 465 lakh crore worth of individual investments across all asset classes, whether it's real estate, gold, FD, equity, MFs, across the board, 465 lakh crore. Out of which 80 lakh crore, or about 20%, is in real estate that's not your primary apartment. So real estate as an investment. So that's a very large chunk already, even though it's just offering number 1 and 2. Just to compare, mutual funds is at about 45 lakh crore. So about half of real estate investments. So what we are trying to do, and what a lot of these new age concepts like us are trying to do, is we're trying to offer number 3, 4, and 5, right, on this list: transparency, hassle-free ownership, and liquidity. And that's where fractional ownership really comes in. And which is why also if you look at real estate as of today and the 80 lakh crore, primarily majority of that will be in residential, where you just make 2 to 3% in rental, and then the remaining in capital appreciation, which can vary depending on the market. But if you look at commercial real estate, it offers 8 to 9% rental yield. And along with appreciation, you can easily make a 15% IRR. The only issue was these 3 things were not offered and the ticket size of commercial real estate was too large. So that's where we come in as hBits. We offer a lower ticket size. With just 25 lakh, you can invest in these asset classes. And that number is coming down, and I'll explain why. But as of today, the minimum ticket size is 25 lakh. So with that, you get capital preservation. It's a hard asset. There's some intrinsic value in that asset. Land is always limited in cities. People are always migrating into cities. So just by nature of real estate, there's an intrinsic value of land. There's intrinsic value of the building that's on top of land. There's a good return, like I mentioned, 8 to 9%. That's above inflation. And along with appreciation, because your rents escalate 5% year on year, 15% every 3 years, you get 13 to 18% IRR. And then the remaining 3 points that I was talking about, which is very important for an investor. How do we offer that? So one is a completely transparent investment. So the whole investment is completely digital. You can track your portfolio. You can look at the photos, video walkthrough of that investment. You can see your financial model to the level of leave and license agreement and title report, everything available on a dashboard at click of a button, which is why 30% of our investors are NRIs. They're sitting across the world and investing. Hassle-free ownership. If you own real estate on your own, you need to look after the investment. You need to manage your property. Here we are professionals, we manage everything. And finally, the liquidity. We have a platform where you can list your share and exit at any point in time you want. So far, whoever's wanted to exit, we've been able to facilitate that in about a month or so. So a little bit on our numbers, we're at about 250 crore in AUM. We'll be touching 1,000 crore in the next 12 months. We already had a few exits, one at 17.5% IRR. Combined team experience, 100 plus years. We have 50 people on board. Pipeline of about 2,000 crores. Some of our tenants include ICICI Bank, IFL, Mane, which is a multi-billion-dollar French MNC. And now SEBI's recognized it as well, right? So they're coming up with MSM REITs. That's what they're calling it. There's a consultation paper that was put out in May. And the great thing is they're even making it more accessible. As per the consultation paper, they're reducing the ticket size to 10 lakh. So accessible to an even wider base of investors. And the hope is, and the understanding is that the same way when they launched REITs, they started at a higher ticket size and then brought it down. They'll do the same for this asset class. It's going to be listed. So there's going to be liquidity, significantly more liquidity than there already is today. There's going to be credibility of the investment manager because they have certain net worth requirements. They have certain criteria on the experience of the investment manager. And there's going to be complete transparency. It's regulated by SEBI, their disclosure norms. So it's revolutionizing the way people can invest in real estate. And along with that, we're also launching an AIF. We've already gotten SEBI approval, fund size of 500 crore. The advantage of this is on the MSM REIT platform, we're only doing pre-leased assets, buildings that are already constructed and renting out. Here we'll be doing a combination of pre-leased as well as under construction. So going a little bit more down the value chain. Obviously expected IRRs are higher, risk a little bit more, but that's where we come in to identify and remove that risk. And we've just launched a week or so ago and we already have soft commitments of 20 crore. So that's a little bit on us. I think I'll open it up for questions.
Any questions? All right. With this, thank you so much, Mr. Shiv Parekh. And I would like to call upon Mr. Dilip Shetty to felicitate, sir. Thank you so much for all the information. Can we hear a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you.